All of us could make a hamburger. All of us could operate, build a hamburger stand and survive. But very few of us could build McDonald's. In life, you'll come up to these moments in time that your life will change. The difference is the skills are different. The mindset is different. The education is different. So the basic skill on this side, according to my rich dad, was you have to sell. You cannot be an entrepreneur if you cannot sell. And that scared the crap out of me because, I'm Japanese. I'm really a shy person. And my rich dad looked at me and he says, "You're shy, huh? Big fucking deal. What are you going to do about it?" I said, "Well, I just don't, I just don't like rejection. I don't like this and I don't like that. And I could kill people, but I couldn't talk to them." So my rich dad's pressuring me. I said, "I don't want to sell," because on my poor dad's side, the Japanese side, salesmen are scum, salesmen are crooks, salesmen are con men. And on this side, sales, you have to have the ability to sell. Can you handle rejection? Can somebody say no to you, and can you come back? And I didn't want to do that. I'm a very shy person. So he says, that shyness is killing me. So then he says to me, finally, this is where you guys would fit in. He says, "How's your sex life?" And I said, "Terrible." He says, "Because you can't sell." There's two things about real estate: debt and taxes. Debt and taxes. Now, guys like, I don't forget his name, but anyway, when you look at an employee, this is all over the world, the employee pays 40% of their income in taxes. I don't care where you are in the world. It's pretty standard. A doctor, a lawyer, or a small business guy, like a guy who owns a little taco stand, he or she is paying 60% in taxes. So one of the hard things about people starting their business, so they quit their job and they move down here. So my rich dad explained that to me. He says, "You see, that's the trap. That's the trap." So here I'm 28, 27 years old, still a Marine. And I said, "So what happens on this side?" He says, "On this side, these guys pay 20% in taxes." And I said, "What do these guys pay?" He goes,
Zero.
And the reason that inspired me to move over here is because I wanted to come on this side. The way you pay zero is real estate. I want to, I'll give you the number. It's all in the zeros. So if you have $100, that's 2 zeros. You have $1,000, 3 zeros. If you have 10,000, it's 4 zeros. You have 100,000 is 5 zeros. $1 million is 6 zeros. On this side here, I wanted 9 zeros. I was not going to be a rich man until I made $1 billion here in debt. On this side here, I want as much debt as possible. I know Dave Ramsey says live debt free. Yeah. That's good for these guys here. But on this side, it doesn't work for me. I had to learn how to invest in real estate. And I said, "Well, how do I learn to buy something for nothing?" He says, "When you do that, you'll be a rich man." He says, "When you don't need money, you're a rich man." Okay, so when people say, "Why do you invest in real estate?" It's because you can use debt and you pay no taxes. You got to understand that the book I recommend is called Tax-Free Wealth. Very good book, Tax-Free Wealth, written by my personal accountant, Tom Wheelwright. Get that book, you'll see a whole different world. So let's say I have a property and it's $100,000, and appreciation takes it up to $200,000. So I have a $200,000 equity position in there. If I take that money out, if I sell the property, I have a taxable event. So rather than that, we borrow the money out. And all that debt is tax-free. So what we do is, let's say we need $6 million for a down payment. We borrow it out of the equity of other properties. So we have zero tax event. So we have zero taxable event. We have free tax. We have free money to put the down payment to buy the next one. So that's how I'm $1 billion in debt. Technically, we're in a depression today. And what they're trying to do is pump enough money into it so the balloon stays afloat. And so they need inflation because the economy is deflating. The question is, how long can that last? I think a better question is, who's going to get fucked? We can call Biden and we can call the Fed chairman. We can call, they're not going to listen to our calls. So they're going to do the same old thing. They're just going to pump more of this fake money into the economy, hoping it stays inflated. But as Jim Record says, he says it's not M2, it's not money supply, it's velocity. How fast is that money turning over? It's not turning over. People are saving it. Our savings accounts are bigger than ever. Meanwhile, the balloon's coming down. So the question is, if there's inflation, will you get richer? And if there's deflation, will you get richer? I'm ready for it. If it goes up, I'm going to get richer. If it goes down, I'm going to get richer.
That's
So one of the reasons I like gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that is because the Fed cannot mess with it. I don't trust the Fed. And everybody says, don't fight the Fed. I'd rather be the Fed. I just don't trust them. But I like the way they'll give money out. The Treasury, which is Yellen and Powell, the Fed guy, they give out so much money. I just go in there and borrow it. Thank you, Jesus. And the interest rates are so low. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
The
right now.
trouble is it's going to make the poor poor.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what disturbs me. Yeah, but you'll also see homelessness increase. Thomas Jefferson warned about this. He says that if you have a central bank, which the Fed is a central bank, you'll see homelessness increase. Because the central bank or the Fed, which is the third one, is only designed to make the rich richer. So that's why guys like me make so much money, is because the only way money comes into existence is I can walk up and borrow $30 million. The average guy can't get a credit card. Do you know what I mean? So the gap gets wider and wider and wider.
Yeah.
Because so many people went to school and they tried to get this job, and then the taxes rip them to shreds, and then they fire you if you don't take the jab for the COVID shot. You don't wear a mask, they screw with you. So they just mess with you. So as a Marine Corps veteran, I came back and I said, nobody's ever going to do that to me again. Nobody. What I invest is gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and bullets. Okay, number one, the reason you want gold, silver, Bitcoin, and bullets, you don't want to be part of the Fed or the Treasury. You want to be outside the system. And silver is my favorite for a couple of reasons. Gold is for storing. So I have a lot of gold. But silver is for spending. Silver and bullets. So if the shit hits the fan and the dollar is all in pieces or it's all screwed up, people will always accept silver. So I can go and buy food, I can buy whatever you need to buy. So I'll say it again, gold is for storing, saving. Silver is for spending. So I have thousands and thousands of silver eagles and gold eagles. But if I have to run, I'm carrying the gold with me, but I'm going to spend the silver. Stay away from what they call numismatic.
Okay.
This is a rare coin. But how do you know if it's rare or not? The word is liquid. So it's acceptable anywhere in the world, anytime. So I can take my silver to Hong Kong. They'll take it immediately. Take my gold, they'll take it immediately. So I bought Bitcoin late. I bought it at 6,000. So it's always what was the price of entry.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're buying it today at 100,000, you might be late. Same as real estate. It's no different.
Yeah.
It's not when you buy, it's when you sell. It's not when you sell, it's when you buy. So a lot of the times I need to be early. And so I was early in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm very happy. I like both of them. I think Ethereum's better than Bitcoin. Just because it's more practical, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
But I like silver because it's practical also. Just remember, the U.S. dollar is debt. The U.S. dollar became debt in 1971 when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. So today, the only people getting rich are people who use debt as money. So I can borrow. The reason I told you about, I got $1 billion in debt is because I know how to borrow money. And other people like Dave Ramsey are saying, well, save money and cut up your credit cards.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel.
This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.